Hi everyone, welcome back to Cogmentum, where we dive into how we think, how we decide, and how our minds really work. I'm KS Shoran, cognitive psychology enthusiast, and today we're going to explore something that affects almost everyone: how digital technology, your smartphone, your apps, your multitasking habits, is quietly rewiring your attention, memory, and decision-making. Stick with me for the next 10 to 12 minutes, and by the end you'll understand not only what's going on in your brain, but also how you can take back control. Let's start with the science. The field of cognitive psychology has long studied attention, memory, decision-making, information processing. Now, more and more research is focusing on how technology interacts with these cognitive processes. For example, how frequent interruption from devices affects attention span, how constant information shifting, one tab, another app, another message, impacts working memory and encoding of information, how decision-making changes when we're under device-driven cognitive load. One recent review found that research combining AI/technology plus cognitive psychology is trending in recent years. And another list of emerging cognitive psychology topics includes things like cognitive development in the digital age. So yes, this is not just you feel distracted stuff. The science is growing, and it matters. Let's break this down into 3 core cognitive mechanisms: attention, memory, and decision-making. Attention. Your attention is a limited resource. The more you shift between tasks or get interrupted by notifications, the more your brain has to reorient itself. This costs time and mental energy. For example, you check Instagram, then an email pops in, then a Slack message. Each shift means your focus drops and you're resetting. Over time, you train your brain to expect the interruption rather than deep focus. Memory. When we're distracted or switching tasks, the brain doesn't encode information as deeply. So if you're always half reading something while your phone buzzes, you might feel like you've read it, but your long-term memory and retrieval ability suffer. Also, when we rely too much on digital devices for navigation, for reminders, we may be underutilizing our memory systems, meaning the natural encoding/recall circuits are less exercised. Decision-making and cognitive load. Decision-making takes mental resources. When you're overloaded, many tabs open, many distractions, you wind up with less bandwidth for the important decisions: what to prioritize, how to allocate your time. Also, shallow decisions, tap this, swipe that, can become default rather than deep reflective decisions. In short, tech doesn't just change what you do, it changes how you think and decide. Let's bring it to life with real-world examples. Scenario 1. You're reading an article on your phone. A notification pops up for a message. You check it. Then a pop-up ad appears. You switch to another app. By the time you come back to the article, you've lost your place, lost context. Maybe reread a paragraph 2 or 3 times. Result? You feel like you've done something, but your recall of the article's key points is weak. Scenario 2. You're working on a project at your computer. You get a Slack ping, you jump over to respond, then you switch back. You take 10 minutes to get back. You're not at the same level of focus. Your brain has to rebuild context. Over a day, lost productivity plus increased cognitive fatigue. Scenario 3. You're deciding something important, maybe career-oriented, or how you'll spend your weekend. But because you've been asset bombarded by social media, you end up making the easy decision: scroll more, pick a low-effort option, rather than the best decision. But here's the good news. Because these are cognitive mechanisms, you can train, adjust, and optimize them. You don't have to be a victim of your device. Let's go through some practical strategies. Batch your notifications. Set times when you'll check messages/social media rather than responding instantly. Give your brain focus windows where you're undisturbed. Single task with intention. Whenever possible, pick one task, set a timer, say 25 minutes. Avoid switching. This helps engage deep work and strengthens your encoding and retrieval circuits. Digital minimalism for memory. Use your device as a tool, not a crutch. Try memorizing small things, phone numbers, directions, now and then. Use reminders sparingly. The more your brain stores and recalls, the more robust your memory systems become. Pause before big decisions. When you feel overloaded, many tabs, many notifications, step back. Give your brain a short break, even 60 seconds, to reset context. Then revisit the decision when you're fresh. Mindful device usage. Check in with yourself. Why are you using this? What cognitive state are you in? If you're fatigued, distracted, or already overloaded, then the device might be amplifying the problem rather than solving it. Build offline habits. Reading physical books, walking without your phone, having device-free meals, all help your brain reclaim its natural pace and internal rhythm. To sum up, our digital lives are powerful, but they also come with cognitive costs. Understanding how your brain handles attention, memory, and decision-making gives you the tools to reclaim control. This isn't about shunning technology. It's about using it wisely, with awareness. If you found this useful, please hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and click the bell so you don't miss future videos where we decode more of your mind with principles of cognitive psychology. Also, drop a comment below. What is one habit you're going to change this week to better protect your focus and memory? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay curious, stay mindful, and keep your mind sharp.